Gotcha. Gotcha.
What?
I saw these and I was like,
movie.
I told Bethany 3 days ago, so I'm about to get my brother so good. About to get him so good.
Do you know the reference I made? The guy from Atlantis, the little mole guy?
Yep.
He's got yeah.
We actually just watched that movie.
When I was doing the look alive, I was like, why does he look like he has regular glasses on? Those of you who can't see and you're listening to the show, Tex has got these circular Coke bottle dark sunglasses on, but they're about the size of a nickel or a quarter. The lenses are. So that was really good.
They're polarized.
Oh, I bet so. Oh, that was really good. I'm about to get you right back, though. It is episode 248. It is May 25th. It is 2025. It's National Bath Bomb Day. For those of you who have kids, they know how much they love bath bombs. And for everybody who is like the Pardon My Take fans and the other sports fans, they're not going to be there tomorrow morning for you. So we're here for you tonight on Memorial Day. Shout out to the troops, their families, the men and women that fight this country, that have served this country, that have paid the ultimate price. We wouldn't be sitting here being able to do this with each other all together, talking about sports, if it were not for them laying it on the line. Tex, would you agree?
100% agree.
That's what it's all about. That's what BMO says, looking like the villain from Wild Wild West. BMO approved. B. McCormick's here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this podcast and you're new to the show and you're a sports fan, you're going to hear us shout out B. McCormick. You're going to hear us shout out Bear with a Machine Gun, who is back. We know he's got some little ones of his own. BMO's here. All the B's are here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're here to talk. We're here to talk you straight.
Speaking of bees, we just got our first beehive.
Oh, that's right. Edge just popped in. He's muted, though. He can't hear him. He's muted.
What's going on in Augusta?
Yeah, going on. Look at Texas glasses, Edge.
What the rook? What are you, the Matrix? What is that? What is that? Sorry, I'm late. I had buyers and quags over at the house tonight, and they left the house a mess. So I had to go clean up.
Of course they did, dude. So J-Vi does. He comes over. Dude, B. McCormick likes him, Tex. B. McCormick loves him.
Dude.
I love how the nose bridge is like 4 inches wide.
Yeah, it looks like you're like Einstein glasses or something.
Dude,
these things are actually pretty legit.
They're terrible. I'd rather have the pit vipers going.
Those are incredible. They need to you need to get those in flip version is what you need to do. But anyway, so we're just talking about Memorial Day, Edge. Shout out you, everybody who served, everybody who's paid the price, the ultimate price. That's why we're able to sit here and laugh at Tex with his glasses on. So remember that, everyone. Remember it. But anyways, okay, National Bath Bomb Day. Let's get a little fact about that before we get into some sports. I've also got a story. Mo Constantine, one of the co-founders of Lush Fresh Handmade Cosmetics, in 1989, went into her garden shed and blended baking soda and citric acid for a fizzy effect. She then got creative with her colors, essential oils, and add-ins like flour, petals, and sea salt. That's where the bath bombs. There you go, B. McCormick. Shout out Edge. B. McCormick. So, Edge, did you mute your mic? Oh, yeah, he did mute. Oh, okay, he did mute his mic. I can't hear him.
I had to put the fatty in real quick.
Oh, okay, sorry. I saw you lean into the mic. Okay.
Thanks, B. McCormick. You're go. Let's go.
Okay, so that's Bath Bomb Day. Boys, 2 things. 1, I've got a story for you. Everybody buckle up because this is classic. 1, I had another flat tire. Awful. This is my 5th flat tire probably in about 2 years. So I don't know what.
Where are you driving at? Like
I don't know.
Pile of nails?
I'm off the beaten path, my friend. You know me. I'm a trailblazer. I don't drive on the roads like everybody else. It's unbelievable, dude. It is quite frankly, it's ridiculous. But so I get a call at work on Thursday at 4:00, and that's my late day whenever I'm working. Okay. Get a call.
Okay. Oh wow. 4:00.
Well, no,
Wow, we gotta work late here.
I get done. I get done at 6. Okay. And so my phone rang, and it was my wife, who never, ever calls me like that whenever I'm working. And guess who it is? I pick up the phone. I tell my patient, I'm like, hey, let me take this. My wife never calls me when she knows I'm at work. And my son proceeds to tell me, Dad, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. Your boat's sideways. And I'm like, wait, whoa, what? He goes, your boat's sideways. It's sticking through the roof. All right, I got to go. And then he hangs up.
Wait.
This is Thursday at 4:00. And so I'm sitting there for 30 minutes, and I'm like, my boat's through the roof, and it's sideways.
Oh, no.
What has just happened?
Oh, no.
Okay. So I then called my wife back after I'm trying to figure out what was going on. I was like, is this some kind of joke? Is this some kind of sick prank? What happened? And she goes, well, I'm trying to fix it. We've got a problem. The boat is through the roof. And I'm like, wait a minute.
What?
So what had happened was we had a swimming mat on our dock, right? And the wind was blowing that day. And so we've got a covered dock with one side of the dock is about 10 feet wide and about 20 feet long of dock. And then there's an open space where the boat sits on a lift with a roof over it. And then there's another little sliver on the other side. The swimming mat was laying on the dock. The swimming mat got pushed by the wind into where the boat was at. And the mat hit one of the knobs that lifts the boat lift up out of the water.
Oh, no.
And it lifted one side of the boat up into the roof. Some final destination stuff.
Yeah.
And so the guide poles on the lift are PVC pipe and metal, and they went up through the roof. And so the boat was sitting sideways, leaning to one side. And the only damage to the boat really that I can see so far is it crushed our passenger side window. And I didn't send a picture to anybody because I wanted to tell it on the show first.
Jesus. So you had the Titanic in your boathouse on the dock.
Dude, it was. How do you wreck a boat without anybody in it? And that's how you do it.
Thank you, Win.
Like, what are the odds?
And the fact that your kid called you and said, your boat's in the roof, you're like immediately like, oh no.
I'm like I told my patient, I was like, I might have to leave because I don't know I thought we were gonna have to get a crane out there. I thought I was gonna have to phone in, air traffic control, get the Coast Guard out there and hella lift this thing out of here. Get one of those freaking Ospreys out here to lift this thing out of the roof. It was unbelievable. So
Lordy.
we're down a port side window.
Dang it.
Not that that's that big. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been way worse.
I was a little bit nervous when you started that story. So.
Yeah. So terrible.
What's your second story?
I mean, what are the odds of Final Destination just came out? That's right, B. McCormick. So, anyways, those of you looking for sports, that's a boat. So Memorial Day, like I'm afraid to take it off. It bent one of the things on my lips, so that's one of the things we're gonna have to look at. But so far I've been fixing everything. We're good.
You might have to retie the cable. If it's one of those old school cable, like the wraps around the bar kind of lives.
Yeah,
you might have to retie it so that it can go down right.
I'm gonna get somebody that goes. I'm gonna call somebody out here this week to look at it. Give it the once over. See what the damage is. Right now the boat's hanging out fine, but holy cow, dude! It's got a kill switch that whenever there's too much pressure on it, the switch trips.
I can't take you serious right now with Matrix over here on the right.
I know. Look at those things. He looks.
Oh my god! Hold on, let me see if I can find something that can match.
Secondly, boys. The cheat code is in. So Friday after the disaster, I asked my son, "Do you want to go to the driving range?" Because we had like an hour to kill before we went to get my daughter because she was napping at daycare. And that what transpired after that was 3 straight days of golf. He and I and my little girl, my daughter, we played 9 holes Friday, 18 holes Saturday, 9 holes today.
Wait, your girl went too?
Yeah, Olivia went.
Nice.
I took them both. They were having a ball.
Nice. So now
three-
you can go play golf and say, I just got to take the kids, you know?
Oh, it's cheat code on now. It's cheat code. It's absolutely cheat code.
There you go, Tex.
So, Tex, you're muted.
Nice.
Tex, did you hear my boat story?
I did.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that, B. McCormick. But yeah, so that's where we were at this past few days. Man, when she called, I was like, what? You're like, when he called me and told me that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. So, anyways, all right. Anything else to add? How about your Memorial Day, boys?
Well, you know, it went off with a bang. Clemson had a horrible day today and yesterday. Tex, I'm gonna go ahead and steal your thunder before you try to like showboat how like great y'all are and all this. You bunch of scam con artists making us play at 9 o'clock at night, and then also telling us we can't wear orange.
SEC, dude.
Like that's the biggest scam ever.
You don't know.
Everybody knows that when it's a championship, we wear orange breeches, and yet y'all come up here with this crap, this malarkey saying that the girls can't wear their orange breeches for a championship. So it's okay. That's fine. You know, we
tell people what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Okay, so Clemson, you know, in Texas, we're playing to see who goes to the World Series in college softball, and we beat the pants off of Texas the first time, and then the second game Texas won, so the third game was do or die. And Texas comes up with all these rules and regulations right at the third game saying, hey, we're the home team. We're not going to play till 9 o'clock at night. We understand that you could possibly be jet lagged because you're East Coast team. However, we're sorry. And you can't wear orange pants, even though we know that you are a championship orange team. So they came out with all these rules, threw our swag off a little bit, and
losers.
We lost the game because, you know, Texas is a bunch of con artists. So it's all
SEC
good.
bias.
And then our boys went to go play for an ACC championship in baseball and lost to the Tar Heels. Not happy about that by no means. Good job, BMO. And I hope that's still your team. But congratulations on a championship. You finally get a ring for University of North Carolina. Enjoy it while you can because it won't last long because when football season comes back, we're going to take it back.
Hey, get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Tex, any rebuttal to that? Any rebuttal to the Texas not being the true orange?
If Clemson's not allowed to wear orange, then who is the true orange?
When's the last time Clemson actually earned their orange?
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you
Are you kidding me?
If you don't own the orange,
we beat G.U.Y.S.
I was getting ready to say other than Syracuse.
Oh, and now you got what are you freaking
Dude,
Texas? You got to put stipulations on it now all of a sudden.
I mean, we're talking about Syracuse. They've been relevant since Carmelo Anthony, which was like 20 years ago.
Q always gives Clemson a hard time, though. This is how they play.
Okay, great because they're orange. You don't know because you struggle with Clemson struggles with self-identity.
You know what?
Learn who you are, Clemson.
We know who we are. We're the real Tigers, and we're the real Death Valley. We're going to prove it again when LSU comes down and gets their teeth kicked in by the Tigers, the Clemson Tigers, and we're going to say, we told you so.
Okay.
And Tex, you suck. Just by the way, you don't even watch softball.
It's not really the same orange color, though, is it? Texas is burnt orange. Well, you know what's burnt orange is Clemson.
Why is she leaving comments? Go to bed. Go to bed.
Because they keep getting Texas keeps roasting Clemson, so Clemson's now burnt orange. So maybe that's what happened. They turned Clemson into burnt orange. Negative.
So
it's Texas East, right?
No, negative.
Is it Texas East now? They're gonna have to make Clemson like whenever they do UNC Charlotte, like UNCC, the University of Texas at Clemson.
No,
they cooked them well done, which is also purple. So now Clemson has to be purple.
We got purple, asshole.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, purple.
With your Matrix freaking pupil glasses over there. That's all it is covering your pupils.
Looking like Mike Myers from the Sprockets. Okay, on the show, We got to salute your sports.
Oh, God.
We got a fun debate. We got playoffs to talk about, and we've got college football playoffs to talk about yet again. These idiots, these jabronis, and all these people tucking their tail between their legs. Oh, there you go. There's Bima. All these people tucking their tail between their legs, not wanting to stand up to the SEC and the Big Ten. It's disgusting. We're going to talk some golf. We're going to talk USA. Shout out us. Shout out USA. So let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Everybody, let's salute. Salute your sports. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Steve McCormick says Clemson retired. We all know who the real orange team is, baby. He's talking about Tennessee.
Let's go. No, we're not a chance. He's talking about them Tigers. Let's go.
He's not. He's not talking.
Dude, B McCormick knows what's going on.
Also, update: New York Knicks getting demolished. That series is over. It's done.
Who cares? It's basketball.
I know. We're going to do our 2 minutes of basketball. We're obligated as a sports show to mention Aaron Rodgers once, mention the Cowboys once, talk about LeBron at least for a second or two, and then debate who the GOAT is, and then talk about the NBA and what it means for the league to keep sucking. By the way, we pissed a lot of people off. Again, with our load management talk, people get really mad when you go after the NBA's load. You don't do that. What they have no idea behind the scenes is that they're dealing with somebody who handles sports performance pretty much every day, all day of my life. So I love, like, whenever they're like, this is not how it works. I'm like, well, when you talk about the inflammatory phase of healing, and then you go into the proliferation phase, and then you go into the remodeling phase. See, all those happen at different time frames, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then they never say anything back. They just tell me, you don't watch ball. I'm like, I don't need to watch ball to know that this load management garbage is stupid. So, anyways.
If you could somehow get BMO's text on the screen right now, it is perfect.
Hold on, I can't see it. Hey, Bear with a Machine Gun says Larson effed up his doubleheader for NASCAR and Indy. Did he really? Oh, I got you the Indy 500 later, buddy. Oh my God, that's what he's talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I can let me do my phone. Hold on. This is who text looks like.
I mean, tell me.
Hold on, let me take this down for a second. Everybody feast your eyes on that. It's the villain from what did he say? What movie? Dr. Lovelace. Incredible.
Gosh.
Incredible.
Cried right
Dr.
now.
Lovelace. Yeah, Bear. I got some Indy 500 coming up later. Not NASCAR though. So we got conference finals update. We need some momentum in the playoffs. We as fans are getting our teeth. We deserve better than this as fans. I mean, we got the Florida Panthers just molly-whopping the Hurricanes.
I know. What is that? What's going on with that?
We're going to get to it here in a second. And then the Oilers went up 2-1. The Pacers are just destroying the Knicks. And the two Western Conference series for the NBA and the NHL are fine. Yet to be determined. But the two Eastern Conferences, they're just over. They're over. And then we got college football playoff. That the committee, they're going to go to straight seeding. We're going to talk about that. And then we got two debates. One college, one NFL. There's Tex walking around his background there.
Dude, is there somebody screaming in the background in Texas?
Oh, he probably muted his mic. Dude, he's got a lot of kids. Okay, here we go. NBA round 3. Quickly, your 2 to 3 minutes of it, whatever we normally do. So on Thursday, we saw the Thunder go up 2-0 on the Timberwolves. Pretty much a clinic, never in doubt, per usual. The Thunder, really good home field advantage. It's weird, though. I will say this about the Knicks in the Garden. They have the best net in basketball, like shooting net. The Knicks in Madison Square Garden, that net is very light, and it snaps really good whenever you make a three. But the Thunder, they've got the whole blue thing going. And then Friday we had the Pacers beat the Knicks again in another close game. Knicks were really sad. And then on yesterday, the Timberwolves demolished the Thunder. They got back in the series. So can they do it again? I don't know. But they scored 143 points. That's crazy. I don't watch a lot of basketball, but that's a lot of points. And then game 3 in the Eastern Conference is going on, and the Pacers are up by 13 right now as we speak in the third quarter. So looks like the Pacers are going to go up 3-0, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow with the Western Conference.
And
here's what
for you.
Let me say one nice thing about each team. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards is fun to watch. The Thunder, they play a lot of teams, and they play really tough defense. The Pacers play really fast, and the Knicks are a good story. There you go. That's nice about every team. Not a basketball show. I did think this was funny. SGA became the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, first Canadian player to win MVP since Steve Nash. How about that? 20 years ago. That's a fun fact, huh?
It's a great fact.
And too, Steve Nash with the old boy band mullet stuff there. I don't know what's going on with that, but he was fun to watch. Here's another crazy MVP stat. This marks the 9th straight season where the NBA MVP has no tattoos. I don't know who, but that's incredible. That's incredible. Another NBA MVP stat. I do now. This, if you show me a stupid stat about NBA and basketball, I will put it on the show. A player born outside the United States has now won the MVP in the NBA for the 7th straight year. SGA, Jokic, Embiid, Jokic, Giannis twice. Now,
congratulations.
This should set us up for the next topic whenever we talk hockey on the Shambles Meter. And this is how gritty the Pacers are. That's another thing. They're gritty. They were down with 7 to Milwaukee in the first round by 35 seconds. They came back to win that one. They were down 7 with 46 seconds against Cleveland. They came back to win that one. And they were down 9 with 52 seconds. Shout out Edge, 52 forward and backwards there. And they came back to win that one. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy stuff. And they're the Knicks are the only team to lose up by 14 with 2:45 remaining. Teams were 994-0 when leading by 14 points in the final 2:45 of a game. And we just witnessed history, boys. Well, we didn't really watch it, but oh well. And that's your basketball. I think that was 2.5 minutes. That's probably the longest we talked about it, wasn't it? Now, anything to add, boys, about basketball? Take that as a no. Now, we move on to hockey.
Are the Canes done?
Oh my gosh.
Are they so tired from whooping the Nats and just beating them and being physical and just wearing them down that they are just saying, I can't skate anymore. I'm so tired. Because it looks like it.
It's not the skaters, it's the goalies.
I don't know, dude. I think it's all of it all around right now. Like they're not playing collective as a defense like they were before either. I mean, you're just not being as physical because the Panthers are just wearing them down and beating the crap out of them too. So, and the score's showing.
I mean, look at the scores in the Eastern Conference. Let's go that one first. Panthers and Hurricanes. Thursday it was 5-0. Yesterday it was 6-2, and the day before that it was like, I mean, they are destroying the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's bad.
Before the series, it was all these two teams are going to forecheck. It's going to be grinding and this and that. Is this the year that the Hurricanes can finally do it? And it turns out, no, because they cannot keep up with the Panthers physically, offensively. I mean, the Panthers are in front of the net whenever they want to be in front of the net.
Yes.
They are parked out there, redirecting pucks, pushing people out of the way. Jordan Stahl and Martinook are the best players for the Hurricanes, and they're like 40. And that was the problem.
Now.
I mean, that was you can't imagine. We can't be the best players on a team.
Dude, I'm an elite player. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a peak athletic performance right now.
They got Sebastian Aho and Stankoven and all these younger guys that aren't doing diddly jack. Meanwhile, that third line, Rustalainen and whatever the other guy's name is for the I can't remember what his name is. Starts with an L. London, whatever. Just working the Hurricanes. And Bobrovsky, like Tex said, is just putting on an absolute show.
I'm hoping though that it's just like part of the old bait switch where it's like, oh wow, this series isn't going to amount to nothing, and the Hurricanes are just getting demolished, and next thing you know, for like the next 3 games in a row, the Hurricanes come back with the opposite effect where they're winning 6-2 and 5-0. So
I just don't know if they can do it. I don't know if they have the manpower to do it.
I don't think so either. I think they're too tired. They're just like they're ready to go play golf.
Cancun on 3. I just think the Panthers are just too good. The Panthers are freaking unbelievable, dude. They are ridiculous. I mean, and then of course the Oilers won Friday. They won 3-0. They beat Dallas in Dallas, and then they came back today. And the Stars played really, really well. Also, idiot NHL move to put the game at 3:30 on Sunday and Memorial Day weekend. You bunch of morons.
Can we get Dallas to beat Florida though? Like if the Canes lose, can we just get Dallas to beat Florida? Because one, I can't handle another Florida team winning. Can't do it. Tired of it.
I just don't want anybody from Ohio State to win anything. That's my thing. But the Oilers put on a clinic today. They won 6-1. But I just the Panthers and I just can't. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that the Hurricanes are going to get swept again for the 4th Eastern Conference Finals.
You don't know that for sure.
I don't want them to. But now that I'm out, and I didn't watch the Rangers lose to either of these teams, I'm kind of like sitting back and looking and just appreciating the fact of how good the Florida Panthers are. They are stupid good.
Tex, don't mute your mic. Let me hear what's going on back there.
Yeah,
what you got?
Listen, Tex.
Who's back there, Tex?
I don't know. Like I was sitting there trying to think. I was like, "What does this look?" I mean, they were just spanking. Like they're just like toying with him. I was thinking like the meme. Oh, here come the kids. The meme of like whenever the guy's holding somebody's forehead and he's just taking swings, and the big guy's just kind of standing there. Like that's what the Florida Panthers are doing. To we got the kid. Everybody's up. Party time.
I just sent mine back to bed, and Mrs. Tex just crawled on the ground to stay out of the screen. That's what I was laughing at.
Oh, I love it. Tex, thoughts on the Canes and Panthers?
Like I said before, the Hurricanes have a serious goaltending problem, and the Panthers are just out everythinging.
Yes, love that
the
term.
Hurricanes.
Love that term. I mean, it's like let me ask you this. Is Rod Brindamore, the coach for the Canes, are we thinking hot seat?
No, he just got re-upped. He just got paid. So no.
Are you in support of that? If you're a Canes fan, are you going to be?
Yeah.
Are you upset? Are you upset with Rod Brindamore?
I'm upset. I'm upset with this performance in this series after what we've seen the last bit of the playoffs. But I mean, it's not like they can't come back. Not like they can't come back. Bobrovsky's on one right now for sure. But
that was my question before the playoffs started. I was like, who's going to be the goalie that takes over? Skinner too now. Skinner's playing pretty well. I got some stats on him, but
yeah.
Bobrovsky obviously was the one that was like, yeah, I'll be the goalie that just completely wrecks everything for everyone else.
He's playing lights out right now.
Dude, that game the other night where it was close. The game between the Canes and the Panthers, and then the Panthers just exploded for like 4 goals every time you turn. Go Barkov tip, Marchand tip. Like it was like, you got to be kidding me, dude.
Yeah, and then they also got the one that was off the guy's skate.
Oh yeah.
And but Bobrovsky has just been unreal. So
I saw a picture.
Every opportunity the Hurricanes got, he stopped. Every single one.
I saw a picture of Bobrovsky without his pads, and it was hilarious. It was funny. So talking about the Oilers, Connor McDavid was on fire tonight. He was just ridiculous. He had a snipe night that was just unbelievable. Nugent Hopkins, productive. Zach Hyman playing really good hockey. And then Stuart Skinner making some just timely saves. He made a couple the other night, too, that were big time that kind of doused the momentum for the Stars. So if the Oilers can get a goalie, they get a goalie just to play decent hockey. Like, that's the crazy thing about playing the Oilers is, like, the Dallas Stars were pretty good tonight, just, like, dominating. And, you know, the back and forth, the zone time, all that stuff. And then you make one mistake, and then McDavid gets the puck, and it's over, and you're down 1 or 2 to nothing. Like, that's the crazy part about playing the Oilers and McDavid. So Stuart Skinner in his 4 wins this postseason has a 0.24 goals against average, a 991 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. He didn't have a win forever, and now he can't stop winning. When he does win, nobody scores. Is this more about Skinner? Or is it more about the defense of the Oilers? Now, I mean, you can't forget that the Oilers and the Panthers played in the Cup last year. So it looks like we're heading potentially for a rematch. Do we have any interest in a rematch?
Yeah. I was going to say about Nugent Hopkins. He's paid his dues as an Oiler.
Yes.
Lived through some really, 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 really bad seasons.
Yep.
Now he's almost to the promised land.
I almost want the Panthers to win so that we can say that they were the first three-peat, not the Chiefs. I just want to find any way that I can to take a dig at the Chiefs. So that, do we miss football? Isn't it? Wait a minute. We're less than 100 days from football, aren't we?
Yeah. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, these playoffs, the way they're playing out, as fans, I'm mad because these are supposed to be the times whenever we're watching good games and everything's going great. And, no, the games suck because there's blowouts everywhere. And it's making us miss football more, isn't it?
Sure is.
So how dare other sports for doing this to us? Okay, the Hurricanes have lost 15 straight Eastern Conference games. That is a crazy streak, dude. That's unbelievable. You can't win a game. There was a meme that said they haven't won an Eastern Conference game since the iPhone was invented.
Jeez.
Like, how old was I? We were in college.
That was the year that was the year you were just the year that won Cup was 2005 or 2006. That was the last one.
They either win it all or they don't win anything. Clearly. I mean, this series has gotten so bad that Brad Marchand was eating a Dairy Queen cookie dough blizzard during the intermission.
Gotta get a sugar count up, dude.
Buddy, that's what the Panthers think of the Carolina Hurricanes. They came into Raleigh and ate all your Dairy Queen and then beat you 6-2.
Jeez.
Have some pride, man. That's like them busting out a bunch of Cheerwine and just Stone Cold Steve Austin them right in front of you, right on the bench. Can't let a man come into your stadium and eat a blizzard. What's wrong with you? Have some pride. Also, shout out Marchand. That's the best one. Would you agree, Tex?
Yes.
Edge, cookie dough blizzard, or where are you going?
I haven't had one, so I can't tell you.
What? You've never had a blizzard?
Dude, I never had a blizzard in my life.
I changed my mind. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
No.
Which I never had cookout, so I went to app. So
I would rather have a cookout milkshake than a Dairy
It's not a
Queen
milkshake.
blizzard.
It's not a milkshake. It's an ice cream treat. That is not a damn milkshake. there are certain things that I will fight to the.
I'm just letting you know. You asked me if I had a blizzard. I said no, and I never had cookout, so I went app. So like, it is what it is. Like, now I will think it's cool as crap that they turn it upside down in front of you. You're like, you kind of flinch. You're like, oh, whoa, and then. But
dude, I cannot believe you said the cookout's not a milkshake.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
It's not. If you have to eat it with a spoon, that's ice cream. You don't drink. If you can't drink it, it's not a milkshake.
It depends on which kind you get. Some of them you can drink.
Which ones can you drink that you get?
Peanut butter.
Yeah, anything that doesn't have big chunks in it, you can drink it.
Unbelievable.
Or you just wait 10 minutes. Bam, it's done.
Cotton candy blizzard from B. McCormick. Buckeye McGroin says sticks are amazing. Wait, what do you mean sticks? Did we say sticks? The band? So I cannot believe he ate a blizzard in the middle of the game. That's hilarious.
I just wondering how he got it there.
I don't know. What's some other disrespectful stuff? AJ Brown read that book during the game.
Wait a second. That's
Antonio Brown took his shirt off during the game and quit.
Emotional intelligence. He's working on it during the game.
Dude, he does it all the time. Sure, dude. You played 100 million games and nobody's seen it. He ate a blizzard during the game. That's hilarious. This is more. Florida has outscored their opponents, the Panthers have, 22-4 in their last 4 road games. You know what that tells me? That they play really good defense and their special teams are really good. Because that travels everywhere, no matter what the sport. Oh, there you go. There you go. Buckeye McGroin says Reese's Pieces with chocolate softs. Now, that would be good. I would take a Reese's Pieces Blizzard with chocolate ice cream. I'd take that over a peanut butter cup one any day. That's facts. Now, speaking of text, here you go. Here's your guy, Bobrovsky. They're trying to make 5/22 Bobrovsky Day.
Get out of here.
In 2023, he had a shutout against the Hurricanes in Game 3. In 2024, on 5/22, he had a shutout against the Rangers in Game 1. That was garbage. And then this year, May 22nd, he had a shutout against the Hurricanes in Game 2. So they're declaring May 22nd as Sergei Bobrovsky Day.
Not a chance. Change the sweater. Shut at 52, love. Otherwise, don't count.
No, that's number 72, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Change the sweater to your 52. Otherwise, it doesn't count.
And then we let AI go to work, dude. We finally got Eric Church holding a can of Zen using a hurricane. We made a new rendition of the Hurricanes jersey come Eastern Conference playoff time, and it is a walking cane that is the Hurricane because it looks like they can't walk, skate, do anything out on the ice. So here is the new Carolina Hurricanes Eastern Conference Final Edition. Get it now while supplies last. I would love to make these and sell them to people. I think they'd sell like hot.
That's how it feels, though, man. For real, they're tired.
You can't argue against it. They're down 3-0 in the series, and they're getting walloped, mollywopped. Man, it's ridiculous. All right, moving on from hockey. I love hockey. I cannot believe that these series suck. We need Dallas to get it together and get us to 2-2. Moving on. I have not read this article yet, but I want to. The 12-team college football playoff will move to a straight seeding model this fall, rewarding the selection committee's top 4 teams with the top 4 seeds in a first-round bye. Sources told Heather Dinich, maybe. So basically, they have scrapped last year's model where conference champions got an automatic bid and the top 4 conference champions got a bye. They said, we don't like that. We want to make sure that we get the human BCS in there. So we basically have just taken here's the series of events. There was the BCS that let 2 teams play. They didn't like that because the computers had too much control. So they said, we're going to make a 4-team playoff. Okay. Well, that didn't work because, there's 5 conferences and you put 4 spots, you idiots. Pretty simple that was not going to work. Well, then you guys aren't just going to be happy. You're just going to want to argue about the 5th. No, there's 5 damn conferences. Make 6 teams, you bunch of idiots. That's where you screwed up in the first place. And they've designed flaws in this all the time so they could look back and be like, see, told you so. Told you weren't happy. It's because you screwed it up from the start. The BCS, then the 4-team, then the 12-team, and then they had the 12-team where conferences, you win your conference, you're in. God forbid, that would be great. Then they got the NIL involved. Now we're to a team where it's basically said we're going to scrap the computer and make our own human BCS. We're 4 teams, top 4 seeds, get a bye no matter what, and it's going to be – we all know what it's going to look like. So this whole damn thing has just been a ploy to let the SEC and the Big Ten push everybody around. And it's trash as far as I'm concerned. Before we get into this, initial thoughts on this text or edge before we go further into this?
Well, I think that, and I said it last year, that it's a scam. However, I do believe that if you win your conference championship, you get a bye. Go ahead, because that way it still means something. Now, the way they had it is that you win your championship and you turn around and play again, like back to back. So, like if the SEC wins, you get a bye. ACC wins, you get a bye. Like let them get further along in the playoffs instead of just back to back malarkey that doesn't matter. And I also think that it's a Ponzi scheme to help the SEC. I'm just going to go ahead and state the facts.
I like that. Tex, what do you think?
Texas' opinion doesn't matter because, one, he's an SEC fan.
I think that no matter what,
it doesn't matter.
Find a way to force Notre Dame into a conference.
Love that.
Who could care less about Notre Dame? They're irrelevant.
They're not.
They are the Brock Purdy of college football.
They carry so much weight, and they need to be in the conference.
They know they carry that much weight, too. Here you go. That's what TJ just said. Look at this. The problem is Notre Dame. They don't belong to a conference, and they're always going to be ranked.
Yes, TJ. See, great minds. Great minds.
They cherry pick the ACC. Oh yeah. Oh, he says he hates them. They're just. I don't. Why won't anybody? Somebody. Let me do it. I'll be the commissioner. I will grab them by the face and be like, "You can't have all the seeds, SEC. Okay." You had a tournament here. Your teams didn't do well. They stunk it up, so you can't be pushing everybody around. And you, the Big Ten, you shut up. It's Ohio State and Michigan. The rest of you suck. All of you. You're garbage. And Notre Dame, get your ass in a conference right now. Or I will turn this college football playoff around.
The easiest way to fix.
You just muted yourself.
Yep.
The easiest way to win a Notre Dame conversation is, again, you win your conference championship, you get a bye. Notre Dame, guess what? You're not in the conference. So guess what? You're playing. You can lose the first round because you're terrible. See you later. And then they're going to be like, okay, we need to pick a conference. But until somebody lays a smackdown and come out and RKO them, they're going to keep this both sides of the fence crap going on.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here reading through this little excerpt here at the bottom of the screen about how they're all the leagues are contractually bound to TV partners and the top 2 teams and just administrators and it's all this mumbo jumbo where they're trying to dance around we want to get the teams we got in, so we're going to create all these stupid little playing games. When what they should do is just say, win your conference, you're in. That's all you have to do. Win it, you are in.
Sounds familiar. It sounds familiar.
They're over here writing, theses on how they can maneuver the playing games and this and like nobody cares. Set the criterion. Win your conference, you're in. Once the 5 top teams that have won their conference, we will seed them appropriately. They are in, and we will reseed once everything is done. But if you don't win your conference, you cannot have a top seed. Period. I don't understand why that's. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I agree.
So, Yeah, and it says the ACC and Big 12, if granted 2 automatic qualifiers each, would need to decide how to determine their college football playoff participants. What? You take the 2 teams that played for the conference championships, you bunch of idiots. What do you mean? How do you decide it? What?
Well, what if you have
What?
I can't remember. Was it a couple years ago where they had like a 8-4 Florida out of the East, and then they had like Alabama and Tennessee who were both highly ranked. Was that last year?
No, it had to be year 4 last.
It was
Alabama.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think it was, maybe it's
terrible
a
last year.
Richardson year. Maybe it's a Richardson year.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you have a year like that, then I kind of get that. Like Florida wasn't the second best team in that conference, even if they would have won.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, like,
Which means that you just get rid of conferences. Get rid of conferences.
Yeah, if they're going to do all this, just get rid of the conference. Just get rid of it all. If they want to do we want to rank everybody, and then if I'm the rest of the conferences, I just leave.
Here's a typical SEC fan though. Just get rid of conference. Everybody comes to SEC. Everybody just come on over. Oh yeah. We don't need a conference anymore. Everybody just come to SEC.
Yeah,
conferences are dumb. Get rid of them. You know what?
It's basically all the teams in the Southeastern Conference in Notre Dame. That's all it is.
No,
So
dude.
stupid.
No, it's not. No.
The Big Ten and SEC officials, this is from Ross Dellinger, have been in deep discussion on remaking conference championship weekend to include play-in games for at least their last 2 automatic qualifying spots in a 4-4-2-2-1 format, which is 4 qualifiers for the Big Ten, 4 for the SEC, 2 for the Big 12, 2 for the ACC, 1 for the group of 6, as well as shift in college football playoff start date to the Army-Navy weekend. Let me stop you right there, SEC, Big Ten. You are not, under any circumstances, going to ruin Army-Navy weekend. Can
we just have a flashback of last year? Which team was one of the best teams in college football?
Army.
Unfortunately, I hate to admit that, yes. But I'm just stating the fact, though. Like, so now because you're going to start playoffs at Army-Navy weekend, you're automatically excluding both of them? Nah, not happening.
Garbage. I mean, they're just trampling all over everything. They're just doing whatever they want. They're like, we're going to do this, and whether you're on board or not, it's still going to happen. And it's just like everybody's screaming like, we're going to get rid of conference championship games, and we're going to have play-in games. Wasn't the conference championship was supposed to be a play-in game?
Well, if Army's QB doesn't get hurt last year, because he got hurt for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that those are their 2 or 3 losses that hurt him.
TJ says the reality is outside of OSU or Ohio State and Michigan, the South runs football. It's not ideal, but the best talent comes from the South. Yeah, I mean that's the South, Texas, and then California. But the South for sure. And that's the thing. Like the Big Ten and the SEC, they're all running around like we run stuff, but we all know it's Ohio State and it's Michigan, and then it's Georgia, Alabama, like 3 or 4 teams in the SEC. Like we all know the concentration of powers at the top. But if you want parity, you can't just vote the teams in that you want that have all the brand names. We know what this is about. Can we
just take the fact too, though, that like while the SEC is making all this noise in the media and calling all their TV producers saying, "Hey, get on their side," like this is a bunch of bandwagon politics, bureaucracy, bullcrap. Clemson's just sitting back, being quiet, and be like, "Come play us. Just shut up. Come play us. Come play us.
Come play us. Our fans will pay an exorbitant amount of money for season tickets, and we'll keep raising the prices, and they'll keep playing it, and they'll keep paying it because they're idiots."
Guilty. and they know it's true. And then next year, I'm like, I keep saying it every year. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Right. And next year,
the Knicks just took the lead.
Dude, I'm sitting here watching out of the corner of my eye. I gave them the kiss of death. I said, "This thing's done. It's over." And they've come all the way back, and they're up by 5.
I've been watching this going, I can't believe this is happening.
I'm still mad that I can't even see your eyeballs. These little tiny glasses.
The Oilers the other night, I was like, this series is over. And then they gave up like 6 consecutive goals. I was like, that's on me. That's my fault.
Yeah.
But anyways, I did an entire like 30 to 45-minute video on why the SEC and the Big Ten are freaking out. And I could pinpoint it and trace it back to when all this junk started, when they started the BCS, when they started the deal with ABC, when they had the BCS. And that's when the SEC made their deal with ESPN, and all this stuff happened around 96, 97. And that's when all of a sudden, the SEC started winning a lot of national titles. Before then, it was spread out among everybody. And right at 96, 97 to about 2000 is when the SEC started stiffing their face in there because they had the TV rights and deal with ABC with the BCS. Follow the damn money. Follow the TV. Like, stop sitting here. Everybody's like, it's ruining college. You're a hater. It's going to ruin. I'm like, they are ruining college football, but they have you eating out of the palm of their hand because you're an SEC fan. And you love it because it benefits you. For me, the casual fan, it's dumb for them to sit here and tell me they have to have playing games for when they already had a playing game set up. They had a whole weekend full of playing games, but they screwed it up.
It's Texas' fault. That's all it is.
That's right. And then you've got the ACC commissioner, Jim Phillips. The CFP vote on straight seating is in the best interest of the sport, even if it may not always benefit the ACC. We each have to serve our constituents, but we also have to be mindful as to what's best for college football. Today's decision was done in the best interest of the sport. It may not always benefit the ACC, but it was the right decision, and that's a responsibility I take very seriously. You sellout coward. It is not in the best interest of the sport. It is in the best interest of the people who have the TV deals and who are writing the check. You wuss.
Yep.
That's your leader. That's your leader, Edge.
Fire him.
Get him out.
Fire him. Get him out of here.
Dude, I'm telling you, if somebody stood up and just was like, we're leaving. You two conferences, play amongst yourselves. Nobody cares anymore.
Yep.
Just do it.
Welcome to the UFL. See you later.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what it would have looked like, the 2024 bracket where the old seeding had Oregon as the 1 seed with a bye.
No. Yeah, there you go. The old seeding is at the bottom, the news at the top.
Yep, that was confusing. Oregon was 1 with a bye. Georgia was 2 with a bye. Boise State was 3 with a bye. Arizona State was 4 with a bye. And then Clemson played Texas. Tennessee played Iowa State, SMU, Penn State, and then Indiana, Notre Dame. And so the new seeding, the top 4 seeds would have been Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Penn State. So 2 Big Ten and 2 SEC. That's what they want. That's exactly.
But again, though, who won their conference championship? Who won it? Clemson. Look where they have them in both the old and new seeding.
12.
Still coming off the gate first, playing a game. That's my bitch. That's my bitch. That's all I got to say is win your conference championship, make it mean something. We'll see you in the second round. Right now is both the old and new. Clemson still playing their first game. Right out of a conference championship, you won. You got a ring. Congratulations. You're immediately going into the first round. Why can't you get a bye? Go to the quarterfinals. Who wants to see Penn State? No one. Who wants to see Texas? No one.
Tell them.
Who wants to see Oregon?
Everybody.
Who wants to see Oregon? No one. You know what I'm saying?
That's what unions they're wearing.
Even last year, who wants to see Boise State? That's good. I want to see them in the first round.
Yeah,
not the second round.
I would have loved to have seen a home game at Boise State on the turf
in the first round.
Oh, buddy, that would have been so great. It was like it would have been like 12 degrees there too. Oh my gosh! Give me December football right now.
I mean, they're just basically saying that the teams that they're not giving any pathway for other teams to be at the top. That's all this is. They're reserving the top 4 to 5 spots for the SEC and the Big Ten. They now have the power.
I would even say this, okay? Say at 1 their conference. Put them as a bye. Go ahead. I mean, why stop it just at the big guys? Like, let's see Go ahead, send it to the second round. Let's see what you got. But in order to do that, you got to add what? 2 more games? Is that right?
I just love when everybody's like, is this what you wanted? If somebody gets blown out, I'm like, the number 1 seed in the country got blown out by like 40. Okay. Oregon was the top overall seed. They got throttled. So the whole anybody can get blown out.
Terrible rankings.
Anybody can get blown out. So my biggest gripe with this whole thing with the college football playoff, the new way they're doing is that they have essentially killed the Cinderella story. They've done it in 2 sports now. They did it with men's basketball with the NIL nonsense. There's not going to be any more Cinderellas there, and the transfer portal. And they're trying to do it to football so that, I don't understand how people don't see it. I don't understand how they don't see that this is all, they want to keep themselves a fat cat at the top. That's what they want. And there's now no way for them to break into the smaller schools or for any parity to take place because, if an Indiana goes, 13-0 again, they're not going to rank them any higher than 6th or 7th. They're just not. They won't do it. They'll never have a chance to do that again. And it just sucks. It just sucks. So I don't know. It's sad. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anything else on the college football playoff?
No, it's terrible. We could fix it, but again, the commie leaders won't let us touch it. So it is what it is.
Agreed. We could fix this thing. I need to make it just a playoff format and just write a bunch of rules and then just say, hey, this is what should be done.
You're only allowing 2 SEC teams tops.
It's not that I don't think the SEC is talented and that they don't deserve spots. I don't think they deserve 4.
They don't deserve 2 spots. The SEC is terrible. And especially when you have any SEC team with like a burnt orange or a cow skull with horns on it. Like I wouldn't consider them even – a practice squad SEC.
They're
team.
elite.
They shouldn't have beat Arizona State. They should have lost Arizona State. People forget.
Elite for what? Golf?
People forget the targeting call that wasn't called.
They were a top 14.
Okay.
They're going to be better this year. They're going to be better this year than they were last year.
There you go. Speaking as a true Texas Cowboy fan. Yeah,
unbelievable.
Right.
Do you think Cade Klubnik is going to take you to the promised land?
100% Heisman winner.
Oh,
Heisman. Heisman. Hey.
I don't even know what he's.
That's a Heisman
or something.
No, that's a Heisman. I just couldn't get it on the screen, so I had to like jack the elbow up.
He's doing the water. He's doing the water sprinkler dance.
Yeah.
Just give me the Cam Haynes.
Dude, New York Knicks are up by 4 with 2:50 left, and this is. You remember that stat I just put up there on the screen with the Pacers? This is where they get people right when you think you got them. Okay. And the final topic is 2 debates. One's the NFL. Here's a graphic on your screen. And the question is, what is the best NFL rivalry? And it's Bears-Packers. It's Cowboys-Eagles. It's 49ers-Seahawks. It's Browns-Bengals. Ravens-Steelers. Chiefs-Bills. And Falcons-Saints. Now, initial thoughts. How can the Bills be on there without anybody in their division? It's the only...
I was going to say, how can the Bills be on there when they haven't won a game in forever? Like, if it's going to be your rivalry, you got to win a game every now and again.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, when it counts.
Agreed.
Cowboys, Eagles, it's always been a battle.
Steelers haven't won a playoff game in 9 years, though. So, but that's okay.
Bears, Packers, okay. 49ers, Seahawks. I've been to a Seahawks 49ers game in December, and it does feel like a pretty good rivalry.
That's a very good rivalry. They got all the AFC North teams on here. Falcons Saints on there is hilarious. I didn't know that. Was...
like pillow fight rivalry.
That's sad.
Will the new rivalry be the Cowboys and the Chiefs to see who's America's home team?
I agree.
That's is it Christmas or Thanksgiving? When that happens? I'm watching this Knicks game and I'm like, oh my God, they got to shoot it. It's about to be the 2-minute warning. They don't have that in basketball. Football brain.
You can go ahead and say the Bears Packers is not a rivalry anymore.
No,
They're dead. Browns Bengals, they're dead.
They have.
I mean, the rest of them are decent rivals. Anybody playing the Niners isn't a rival because Niners are terrible.
The top 3 on this page are Steelers, Ravens. Those 2 teams hate each other, and no matter what, it's always close. It doesn't matter what it is. The Cowboys and Eagles is always a good one, and the 49ers Seahawks. That game, I hate this. I hate the Seahawks. I hate them. The Falcons and Saints being on there is pretty funny, but the Chiefs-Bills not a rivalry. You can't have a rivalry outside of your division. That just shows you how terrible the 2 divisions are. They can't even have a decent rivalry. Yeah, but if
J-Ball was here, you know that would be a rival because who always wins?
No, he'll be like, but we beat him in the regular season. We're the Bills, and we beat him in the regular season, but we can't beat him in the playoffs. We beat it, boo. And he gives some stupid little reason. I have some stupid stat, but
a flimsy reason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even. The regular season merchants, the Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season, but they've never beat them in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's not a rivalry as far as I'm concerned. That's more of a like a competition. It's not a rivalry. Tex, which one do you think? I think the Niners Seahawks. Unbiased.
It's pretty obvious. Cowboys and Eagles.
Edge, which one?
Who's the most relevant?
No, what's the best rivalry in the NFL?
That's tough. I'm gonna say Chiefs Bills.
Oh, Mike, we just spent 10 minutes telling you it's not a rivalry.
I couldn't hear you because my son had my headphones on.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I just told you the Bears Packers isn't a rival.
No.
Bengals Browns isn't a rival. Cowboys, nobody's a rival anymore to them. They're just terrible. That's a bye week pretty much for whoever team's playing them.
It's going to be that game on Thursday night, the opening season game.
Okay, I didn't say win is a game. I'm just telling you, if I'm the Eagles, and I see the Cowboys, I'm like, bye week. Like, let's send the second string out.
It doesn't make it. Once again, I will say it again. Dak Prescott has not lost to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Listen, Matrix, I'm just telling you.
Since 2019.
I don't care who's playing. If it's Dak or whatever, if I see that star on the schedule, it's a bye week.
One rivalry they didn't put on here is the Raiders versus the Niners. That is they can't even let those teams play each other anymore because the last time they did, somebody got killed in the stadium.
That was back whenever they were actually in Oakland.
I know, yes. But I know. I'm just saying, like that's what they're like. That's the craziest rivalry. I still can't believe Falcons and Saints is on there. That just cracks me up.
Well, that's the old school rivalry though. It's just not anymore.
Here's the second debate. Who has the best hand sign in college football?
It will never be never be North Carolina State.
Look, so it's number one is the
it's not. No,
it's not number one, but let me go through the pictures. It's the Wolfpack finger sign, and then the U from Miami, then Texas horns up, the Texas Tech with the whatever that is,
the Horned gun. Frogs. No,
the Texas A&M's got the thumbs up. USC's got the deuces, peace sign. Florida's got the gator chomp. TCU's got the horned frogs. Ohio State's got the OHIO, the chop from Florida State, and then the O from Oregon Duck, and then the Wildcat from Kansas State. On this list, Edge. First of all, one of them's missing. I forget who it is. Something's missing. I had it, and then I lost.
South Carolina, you're talking about?
I don't know.
Their little dumb, drinking tequila bottle motion.
Oh, is that theirs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Drinking tequila.
Oh,
That's-
Oklahoma. Oklahoma needs to be horns down.
Yes, dude. Absolutely.
That needs to be on there. Edge, which one? Which one? If you had to
Which-
if you had to pick your top one from this one.
I think Florida Gators, dude. There's nothing wrong with a gator chop.
Dude, that's one of the most iconic ones.
I don't know, dude.
One
There's
thing
nothing
too
better.
that one
There's
thing.
nothing better whenever Florida State's good.
Shut your mouth, dude.
Hearing
no,
hearing,
not a
hearing the
chance.
crowd.
They stole it from the Atlanta Braves
Dude,
doing
doing the
this.
tomahawk chop. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
That's
Well,
the
even
Atlanta
whenever the
Braves.
Braves are in the playoffs and they're good, that's also awesome, dude. I
The
love
Chiefs
that.
do it too.
That's probably one of my favorite. Yeah, I would say it's
Yeah,
my favorite.
but see, that's just how big of a
Played
scam
out.
Florida is. That's how big of a scam Florida is they stole it from the Atlanta Braves.
Mm.
Just stating the fact.
I will say we did we did meet Mac Brown one time in Austin, and whenever we went to take the picture, my wife was doing the Wolfpack hand signal instead of the hook'em horns.
Oh,
She was giving her, and even Mac Brown even looked at her and goes, "That's the wrong hand signal."
Oh,
how dare you?
got Mac, dude. How dare she? Wow.
Yep.
This is tough. I don't know which one I would pick. I love the TCU, dude. The Horned Frog. That's
That's
just
terrible. What is that?
What?
Conch knot? What is that?
No, man. Give me a competitive Florida State.
No.
He didn't even pick his own
with
team.
The
Actually, I told
whole
him he couldn't
dude.
pick his own.
No, we're saying who has the best hand sign in college football.
Yeah.
And it's the tomahawk chop.
I wouldn't be Florida State and putt. I can tell you that right
I didn't
now.
even know that Kansas State had a hand signal.
Didn't either. I didn't know it was the why does nobody do the bird?
What is that? Awkward turtle? What is that?
I don't know. We need somebody that does a bird. I can't believe they put Wolfpack in there.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's dumb.
I wouldn't pick that.
The U's
or Florida
pretty good.
State.
I like the U.
Yeah, the U is classic.
Dude, if I was power ranking these by states,
Yeah.
Florida's got the best. I mean, Florida State, the U, and Florida.
What is A&M though? Like, what is that? Checking your oil? What is
Thumbs up.
that?
I don't know what that is. Gig'em?
I've never seen that in my life.
That's Gig'em. I don't know. I feel like there's some missing on here though. But Florida definitely is the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, Florida's got it. Not
So-
Florida State by no means. I wouldn't use a tomahawk chop to coach my son's baseball team.
All right. We move on to the Shambles Meter. That was fun. Number 4 on the Shambles Meter, boys.
The Bills.
The Bills. You know why? Do you know? Oh, you got to be able to guess why. For the Bills, the Shambles Meter. It's over.
Uh-oh.
It's over.
Wait a second. Time out.
It's
Stop the
over.
tape. Stop the tape. You're saying it's over because of what? The wedding?
Josh
Is that
and Haley wedding.
Is that what
day
you're saying?
yesterday.
It's wedding.
It's cue the Eric Church. It's over when it's over. Ain't it, baby? Ain't it?
Hold on, though.
Hit
Hold
you
on.
like
Time
a-
out. Time out.
What?
Remind me something. Did Brock Purdy get married?
Yeah, but he's already 1 year in.
No. Did
He's already 1 year in. 2 years in.
Did CMC get married?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just following suit with you guys.
I'm just saying.
So admit it. It's over for the Bills.
It's over.
It's over for the Bills.
It's over. When
Oh, well,
it's
this is
over.
who can break the curse game then. Josh Allen or Brock Purdy. Now we got a new game on our hands, boys. So, Tex,
Want a
would you
beer,
agree,
too?
Shambles, or no?
You want a beer?
OVAH over.
Oh, Bills. Wow.
It's over. The window.
love-
A. You know what it also is? CLOSED. Closed. The window's closed.
Oh, is he
What?
going to hyphenate his name?
And with that, the window is closed.
Josh
Probably. Oh, buddy.
Josh Allen Steinfeld? Josh
That would
Steinfeld
take
Allen?
it. That's like the lonesome kicker right there. It takes up his whole shoulder pads.
Will Josh Allen, after he got married, hyphenate his last name? Nothing wrong with that. But We have to ask the question. He should do it. Just
if he hyphenates his name, can he still run the huddle?
That's true.
Mm.
That's true. Who's a bigger power couple, Bill Belichick and his girlfriend, or Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld?
That's it right there, dude.
What about Deshaun and his future masseuse?
Picture in his car, dude. I was dying. Anyways, for those of you who can't see, where there's a picture of Josh Allen taking pictures at his wedding day. So it's over. Closed, as Tex would say. Number 3 on the Shambles meter is the ACC, because UNC women's lacrosse won their national title. UNC baseball won the ACC tournament.
Scam.
Nope. They destroyed Clemson, actually.
Scam.
And then, as you'll find out in a few minutes, Ben Griffin won the golf tournament today. So
Dude, if you would have watched Clemson and Carolina's baseball game, you would have saw how the umpire had a strike zone the size of Texas when Carolina was pitching.
And the size of Texas glasses whenever Clemson's pitching.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Like the Matrix sunglasses, the size, like it was directly over the plate at the belt. And you looked at him and he just even raised his arm and did a little, yeah. He just looked at him and was like, it's a ball. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I've never seen a game more rigged in my life than that ACC championship right there.
Ooh.
But it's okay. It's okay. You know, what they're trying to do is just butter up UNC because they had all these intentions of Bill Belichick coming up here, winning everything.
Of his girlfriend.
And all of a sudden, as Cam Newton said on his podcast, I hate to say it, but I saw a clip on it on Instagram where they said UNC is known for Jordan, right? Known for Jordan. Is there a new Jordan in the house? Is there a new Jordan in
You're
UNC?
saying Air Jordan versus Air Jordan, Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
Is it Michael Jordan or is it Bill Belichick's Jordan?
Should they do the remake of the logo of them doing yoga on the beach?
Ooh. Or is she running the house and nobody at UNC likes it, including BMO? So therefore they're trying to like throw all the smoke and mirrors up saying, hey, look, we're good at baseball and softball and lacrosse and all this other crap.
They're trying to hide they're trying to cover up for them.
Absolutely. Trying to throw smoke and mirrors up.
And I just cursed the Pacers. So
curse the rest of Carolina football too.
I cursed the Pacers. The Knicks just won. That was funny. Okay. Number 2 is common sense.
Oh my gosh.
The U.S. will stop making pennies starting next year. This is trash. This is garbage.
This is part of Biden administration. He had this. He had this already in 2025. We're not making pennies anymore.
Doesn't it cost more to make the penny than it's actually worth? There's somebody was telling me about that. I'm saying it costs more to make a penny than it actually is worth. I don't think that makes any sense. No pun intended.
If you get pennies back, though, what do you do with them? Like when who pays for cash? First of all, I pay.
Put them in a giant glass jar.
Right.
I do that as well too. I put it in a giant jar, like a giant pretzel jar, and at the end of the year when we go pay for Christmas presents, I'd go change coins for cash.
Supposedly there's some sort of system where you can find rare pennies, and they're worth more than $5-10 if you can find an old rare one that's minted with a certain classification. There's a whole culture around it. Rare pennies.
I like to use them for commemorative coins whenever we go to the aquarium and you put 50 cents in a penny. and then it smushes it into a nice pattern that you can remember it. Put it around your neck. It's like a medallion.
Tex looks like he's got pennies on his pupils right now.
That's right.
And then the next Shambles meter is the world. Because for the first time in 92 years, Team USA Hockey brings home the Men's World Gold Championship.
Yes.
So for all you four
they were
nations,
blowing people out.
I don't think we had a choice.
Mollywopping people.
We didn't have a choice, honestly. Let's be real. We
This
didn't
was
have a
a
choice.
revenge tour. We lost the four nations.
We had to. Yeah, we lost four nations.
And you could keep that
Canada.
fake Mickey Mouse cup, and we'll take the world championship. We'll take the world championship, not the four nations championship. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Canada. You didn't even make it to the Final Four. You're probably looking to call the College Football Playoff Committee so next time they can vote you into the finals so that you haven't played a damn game. Let's go, USA. That was awesome.
Is Canada.
OT winner, Tage Thompson. Golden goal, baby. 1-0. In your face, Switzerland. Go back to making chocolate and Swiss Army knives. Anyways, no, we're just kidding.
Great country, though. Been there.
Yes,
Love it.
good country. But still, Sean, we beat you in your face.
Wait a minute. It was Switzerland?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, USA defeats Switzerland because they beat Canada. Switzerland beat Canada to get to the finals, I'm pretty sure. So, also, sickest uniforms in hockey are those USA sweaters, without a doubt.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Those things. Oh, buddy. 92 years since we've won this thing. That's crazy. So, Shambles meter, rest of the world. Facts. This is the second time ever they won it. The only other top of the podium came in 1933. They had 5 players: Frank Nazar, Logan Cooley, Connor Garland, Clayton Keller, and Shane Pinto, with at least 10 points in the men's worlds, the most of any team in the tournament. And Jeremy Swayman is a perfect 6-0 in the men's worlds with a 1.98 goals against average and a 90.5 save percentage. He has 9 career men worlds wins, tied for 3rd in the U.S. record books. So there you go. The boys got it done on the ice. Hockey is now ours for the next year. So fly your flags high, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got to finish up with some golf, and then we're going to be done. So everybody shh. Here we go. Let's talk some golf. The Charles Schwab Classic. Before we do that, shout out to this guy, Angel Cabrera, who was arrested and didn't play golf for like 2 years. Has come out of jail. He got arrested in jail. I don't know. I forget why. And he's won 2 senior majors in a row.
Bad boy of senior golf.
It is. What a story. Crazy. So, the Charles Schwab Classic, also elite jacket. Ben Griffin gets his second win this year, and you may notice that he won with our guy, Andrew Novak, at the Zurich Classic. So this is his second win in like 4 weeks or something. So he gets this giant, huge trophy with what looks like a hood ornament on top of it that would go on an old Lincoln. And he gets this sweet plaid jacket. So there you go. He gets his first outright win by himself. He had to fend off Matty Schmid, who chipped in for birdie off the green on 18. So then Ben Griffin had to make his par putt on 18. That was pretty damn funny. Shout out Butch. Ben Griffin, in 2021, for those of you who don't know, was experiencing financial strains and burnout trying to make it in pro golf. He stepped away to become a mortgage loan officer. And then he was in there for a few months and he came back to golf. But he has his LinkedIn that told the story of how he quit golf and then went back to golf. So shout out to him for getting it done. And he's the other guy who went to UNC. You can see it right there, his little Chapel Hill. So there completes the Holy Triumvirate and the Triple Crown for UNC this weekend. He started 94 events, and he's 29 years old, and that's when he got his first outright win, technically. His first individual win. Like we mentioned at the Zurich Classic, he won with Andrew Novak, friend of the show. Guys with multiple wins this season, Rory McIlroy has 3, Scotty Scheffler has 2, Sepp Straka has 2, Ben Griffin now has 2. How about that? He's also known for wearing his aviators, to a fault almost. He won't take them off for some reason. 2 wins this season, 6 top 10s, tied for 8th at the PGA Championship, and now he's going to be 5th in the FedEx Cup. So Novak and Griffin absolutely cooking this year. The bad boys of golf, the dynamic duo, the big two, whatever you want to call them, they are absolutely on a heater. You also, when you win this tournament for like the 3rd or 4th year in a row, you get a car. So he got a 1992 Land Rover Defender for winning the Charles Schwab Challenge, Carolina Blue.
And it's a left-hand drive, which is a big deal.
Mm.
Those are supposed to be some solid cars.
You think that's a nice car?
The left-hand drive version is some sort of special version that has some sort of special powertrain and electrical hookup for out the Australian Outback.
Oh.
AK, you're telling me you wouldn't drive that right now?
Oh, I would drive that. Are you kidding me?
I would whip that in a heartbeat. I would paint it Clemson orange, or not that terrible.
Given my
color
luck
they
with
say.
vehicle transport this weekend, it probably would have gotten smashed under a bridge or something, or
I'm pretty sure that those are diesels too.
Ooh,
even more of a reason to get it because it's a diesel. You know, gotta have a diesel.
The thing got a Hemi in it. Remember those commercials? That was awesome.
Gotta have a diesel. No, we don't use no electric cars around here, boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to this tournament too. The Charles Schwab has a craps table and a blackjack set up on the 8th green.
Thank goodness that was not in
the
Quail
Wells
Hollow.
Fargo.
Yeah.
Quail Hollow.
Thank goodness, because I would have been
broke. 21 playing blackjack the entire time. Shout out to them for just being like, you know what? The boys are all here, golf, playing a little cards.
Lego.
Drink a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. So shout out to Ben Griffin, dude. We kind of root for him because he's friends with Novak. Maybe we'll try to get him on the show soon. Maybe we'll do a little interview, talk a little, get him in here and ask him about ACC football. Like, so, what do you think about shout out to our guys too, by the way. Okay. Novak is still on a heater, right? He finished tied for 11th, 6 under. Mike Kim, friend of the show, tied for 16th at 5 under. And Hubs tied for 28th at 3 under. Lauer missed the cut to this tournament, but that's okay. Guys are showing out, boys. They're showing out. Okay, and this is the guys that we gave you this week. The only one that missed the cut was my guy, Campbell. He missed it because his putting, he lost like 4 strokes putting. 4 strokes gained. -4 strokes gained putting, which was terrible. He missed it by one stroke. Hostler made the cut. Castillo made the cut, Tex. Luke List made the cut. Lucas Glover finished 22nd. And then Mac Meisner finished 28th. So, yeah, good weekend for the guys, boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 out of 6. It's pretty good.
Told you.
Hey, you did. So that was the Charles Schwab. Shout out Ben Griffin. Scotty Scheffler was a bum and only finished. What did he finish? Let's see. Oh, shout out this. That reminds me. Before we get to the next thing, have you guys ever heard of Sprite tea? Have you ever heard of Sprite tea?
Negative.
Shout out Country Roads Take Mahomes today. I was playing golf with him and the kids. And he's like, have you ever had Sprite tea? And I'm like, Sprite what? And it's Sprite mixed with tea. So, I mean, I took a swig of it. It was pretty good. But I just was flummoxed as to why. I guess, I mean, you like an Arnold Palmer's lemonade and tea. So, lemon lime and tea, I guess, would make sense. Just carbonated. Also, Scotty Scheffler was a loser and finished 4th. So he stinks.
How dare him?
That's so funny. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Scotty couldn't do it, huh?" Like got another top 5. What a loser. Anyways, okay. What are we doing? What are we doing next? We are doing Hang the Banners. Hang the Banners. Everybody
You did it! Congratulations!
Hang the Banners. Who wants to go first? Then we're out of here.
Go ahead.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Let me hang the banner for the Indianapolis 500, boys. Alex Palou wins the 109th running of the Indy 500. That race is awesome. That venue is awesome. I have no idea who this guy is, but shout out to him. Also, shout out to this, where they did a flyover by the Army's 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. And the helicopters were flying right above the cars as they were going around the track, and that was freaking awesome. Look at those choppers, like 100 feet off the ground right there, just chasing these cars around. It's crazy. See where I stopped that edge? 52 seconds.
Shout out.
And then I love this. I love the Indy 500 because I've been to the Indy 500 with G.U.Y.S and his dad when we went to the Final Four one time, humble brag. And the infield is hilarious, dude. They have a 9-hole golf course in the infield. It's 560 acres at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the infield. You could fit a Churchill Downs, Vatican City, Yankee Stadium, Liberty Island, the White House with room to spare. And it has 9 holes of golf and a dirt track infield, a dirt bike.
That's insane.
It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. And then my second hang the banner, Ronald Acuna. Shout out Big Cat. We give credit where credit's due. We're not losers. Ronald Acuna, hang the banner, came back from like 100 and I don't remember. He tore his ACL again. His first pitch on his first at bat the other day hits an absolute moonshot and just pimps it around the base the entire time. First pitch, first at bat, Ronald Acuna, hammer time.
Nice.
And those are my hang the banners.
Tex, you got one?
Nah.
Well,
There you
my hang the banner goes out to all the boys that are still overseas protecting America.
Facts.
And the ones that didn't come home. Shout out Memorial Day. And
Yep.
There you go, King of Beers. We'll tip one out for you.
Do it.
Let's go, America.
Go. Shout out to the hockey team for winning it for the boys.
There you go.
They did it. Tex, you sure don't have one? You want to sneak one in there? Hang the banner for you guys playing golf? Getting the boys out there?
Did you beat Flaps? Did you beat Flaps?
He outdrove him.
No, dude. I outdrove him on a hole.
One hole out of 18?
Oh, we only played 9. But it was golf. I had 2 of my kids out there, and I was alone. One's 2, so he's just like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, start him young. I'm proud of him.
I'd hit, and then we let him hit a couple off the tee box if there wasn't water around. Then we'd go in the fairway, we'd hit, and then I haven't played golf in 3 years, so I was hitting most of them kind of like I haven't played golf in 3 years, and then every now and then I'd bang one out there that was like, all right, that's a pretty good shot.
Hey, you want to hear what I shot on the back 9 today? The 9 that we played. Yeah, you do. 39. I didn't even have the score.
No,
he took this. I didn't have the scorecard.
Okay.
He said, you shot a 39. I was like, oh, I did great. Fairway golf, dude. Fairway golf, and I made a ton of putts. I made a lot of putts.
Adam's out there playing like the old man on Tiger Woods 07.
Nope. My son made a 40-foot putt. That was electric, by the way. He hit it from off the green, and I was like, that's going to go in. Holy shit.
Can we just give a shout out period to young kids playing golf? I mean,
Oh,
between young kids playing golf and young kids fishing, like I don't know if it's just that stage of life that we're in right now, but
No, dude, young kids fishing right now is great because everything's a big deal.
I know, and it's like I remember when my boy caught a fish, in the pond. Shout out, here he is over here, like looking over my shoulder and stuff. But between him and fishing and him and playing golf, you can't beat it. I mean, it's just great. It's just great. Like I know Tex is like a coach of 18 sports because he's got 22 kids and stuff, but there's nothing greater than seeing your kids start like enjoying sports with you when they get to that age where they're just like, hey, let me go with you, Dad, or let me go do this with you. It's pretty cool.
That was the thing. Like my son kept being like, I want to go play golf. Let's play 18. And he goes, let's play 9 more. And I'm like, no, dude, I can't play 27 holes. And he every day, for the past 3 days, like my wife's like, I don't want him to get burnt out. I don't want you to. I'm like, I'm not the one saying this. He's the one saying he wants to go play golf, and I'm going to foster whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
shout out to you too. Also, buying a full set of gloves for him because I only got one glove for him right now.
Yeah, I went and bought he's left-handed, and so
I said if you could hit a 7-iron anywhere except for putting, that's all you need.
Hey, agreed. Anything else, guys?
I'm gonna have a lefty too. Jack's gonna be a lefty.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got quite a few then.
Let's go, America.
Let's go, America. That's what I'm talking about. Wednesday night for the next episode. And for all these people who took the day off, and for you listening to the podcast, subscribe. We like getting on here and hanging out, talking ball. Go America. See you next time.